Hi folks, this is Don Meissner with Aaron Hardy in the North Country Fishing Report. And Aaron is sort of our expert on trout fishing in this area, and I really believe that. I'm not patronizing him. He has such knowledge and such love for this fishery. And what I want to talk about today, Aaron, is people that are listening to the radio here in the North Country. They may not realize where they have to go to catch these trout that are so... Could you name a couple waters that you think would be good for people to...
Absolutely. The first one that I always point people to that are right in the North Country here is over in just inside of Franklin County, right at the St. Lawrence Franklin County border, the Salmon River. That is a very easy access river for folks. You drive along the road and you can find the New York State DEC parking spots. And if you find a couple vehicles there and you feel that that might be too crowded for you, you can always move down the road to the next one. They're usually about a mile apart from each other.
Is there native trout in this water?
In the headwaters way up above, you can find native brook trout up there. The Malone area down into the Westville area, you're typically going to find more of your rainbow and brown trout.
Are a lot of these fish holdovers from previous years?
They do stock it every year. I do know that the DEC does go through there. However, we are seeing some holdovers, especially the brown trout from year to year. There are definitely some wild browns that are now in that river.
Well, I really want people to understand this. When we're talking about the Salmon River in particular, this river may be one of the finest trout rivers in the whole state. I know I've fished all over the state, and this is one of the real unknown gems that people haven't discovered yet.
It absolutely is. Over the last 8 to 10 years, I've really dedicated a lot of time to fly fishing that river, almost from where it starts to where it runs out. And it amazes me every year how good this fishery is. It is a lot of fun. And like I said, access, that's a big one. You know, it's one thing to be able to say we got a great fishery. It's another thing to be able to access that fishery. This fishery has some wonderful access.
Well, here's what people might be thinking about. In order to catch these trout, do you have to be a fly fisherman to do it?
Nope, absolutely not. There are some locations throughout New York State that are fly fishing specific, okay? There are some locations that don't allow live bait fish, but the majority, the biggest restriction that you'll see in some spots is catch and release only.
Okay, well, on their next report, Aaron, I want to talk about the specific things that you're doing and that you could offer people to be able to have more understanding about this whole fishery. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner and Aaron Hardy with the North Country Fishing Report.